Okay, we're in front of the state capitol, Honolulu, Hawaii. I'm going to try and get a little bit of this demo. We'll do a little walk around here. It is 2:15 here in Honolulu, but we have some people right in front of the state capitol. I'm waiting for the traffic to get okay so we can walk out in front for a while. Here we go. Live on the internet. This is the state capitol building here. That's Michael Brody. You're live on the internet. Anything you want to say to everybody?
Say to Occupy Monsanto, the whole world's rising up. We're here to do the same.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Doug.
Monsanto!
Huh?
Want some
The
flyers?
world's largest
maybe later.
modified engineering company. Used to be a chemical company. Back in 1901 when they started. And up until the 90s, they sold their chemical company to be our chemical seed company. And now they're making your food. They produce Agent Orange, Dioxin, PCB, Roundup, and now they produce your food, unless you're eating organic. We're not here to scare you, we're here to warn you. Woo!
And on that Agent Orange note, I heard that they were making a plant that is resistant to Agent Orange. Is this soon to be in our food? Who knows? Check it out.
The GMO chemical drift, it poisons everything. We live on a teeny tiny island with trade winds every day. The chemical drift goes into the neighborhood of Konia, Wailua, Haleiwa, North Shore, and Brown Hill, all the open areas.
You're live on the internet.
Is this Monsanto from Hawaii? GMO is not.
Very good. Thank you.
Manipulate ecosystems that you feed.
You guys like
politicians from stopping.
The chemical drift is poisoning the air. When it rains, and it rains every day in Hawaii, it goes into the soil, and it messes with the pH balance of the soil. So anything that's not chemical can't grow as good. Only air chemicals can thrive on those chemical polluted lands. From the soil, it goes into our water supply. Yep. It goes into our water, it goes into our streams, it goes into our oceans, and it's killing our reefs, our people, our animals.
Our ecosystems? Are we eating this stuff and then drinking this stuff, breathing this stuff? We are ingesting it in every single way possible. As it's sitting there destroying all the ecosystems we need to survive. The whole reason we use GMOs and pesticides to begin with is because we have monoculture crops. If we had a thriving ecosystem that functions properly, we wouldn't even need pesticides, let alone GMOs to be resistant to the spraying pesticides abundantly. That's ridiculous. It's like a band-aid on a festering wound. We're digging ourselves our own grave here.
And the pesticides, when they spray them, they look like they're going to the moon. They're all suited up in moon suits, spraying your fruits and your vegetables, that if any insects were to bite it or eat it, they would die. And if it's not good enough for insects, why is it good for us? It's not. It's chemical. That's why any life won't touch it. But what's for dinner for most of you?
Monsanto, what's for dinner tonight?
80% of dinner.
These pesticides, these insecticides, one of them actually ruptures the stomach of the insect that's eating it. Imagine what that's doing inside your body. You might not feel it now, you might not feel it tomorrow, but I'll tell you, cancer is really painful and really expensive later. Way more expensive than any organic food today.
If you either smoke, and we all know that's bad for us, artificial sweeteners. We all know that pink sugar gives you cancer. They produce Obama putting executives of Monsanto as head branch of the S. It's fucking hot.
Okay, we're having some bandwidth problems here.
Doug!
Hey, Aubrey. Go to Babes Against Biotech on Facebook.
Oh, another reason to eat organic opposed to GMO. People complain that organic is so expensive. Well, you get what you pay for. That extra couple dollars or so, you only get maybe 10 to 20% of the nutrients in a genetically modified food, like a fruit or vegetable, opposed to organic where you get all of the nutrients. So you'd have to eat up to 10 times more genetically modified tomatoes to get the nutrients in one tomato. So really, you buy less and you gain more nutrients. The GMOs aren't as nutritious for you. There's plenty of studies. We're not just talking out here for the sake of it. We care. We don't want you guys to be poisoned. We don't want anyone to be poisoned.
Absolutely.
We care about humanity. It's not right what these GMO companies are doing. It's profit over people. And us, we're people over profit. And we know what they're doing, so we're just going to tell everybody. We don't care. We're not scared of these big bad wolves. We are subjectively trying to inform the masses that we are being poisoned and that it is our right as American free citizens, our constitutional right, to know what is not only going into our bodies, but what is happening to our land. And Hawaii, different than every other state, once had its own monarchy and was acquired by the United States, while the people of Hawaii still reside here in Hawaii. And we deserve the option to know what's going into our bodies and our land. All we ask is that we are granted knowledge. It's very simple. We want Monsanto to label our food and tell the world what is happening right under our noses, in our land, next to our schools and our keiki. Please, lobbyists, take for granted what's going on and think of the keiki of the future.
Be candid.
GMO is not Kono.
Speak against GMO, yeah. If you try to speak against GMO, you get shut down.
No, it's good. What you're saying is good.
They just really talk down to you.
Uncle Walter, what would you like to say? And I can video you. Let's be candid over here.
Go be candid.
I'm trying to get you close together. Close together, but without posing.
One side, absolutely, money definitely plays a big deal. If you're giving them $620,000, they're not going to turn around and say, oh, we don't need this guy's money.
Label GMOs in Hawaii.
Here we are. In front of the Hawaii State Capitol building in Honolulu. There's a demo organized by a number of people, including the Occupy Honolulu, GMO Free Hawaii, Babes Against Biotech. Getting some good response. People. And behind is the State Capitol building. Okay, I gotta get off the road before I get run over.
You gotta have some fun.
precious little agricultural land left.
My fellow Earthicans, if you're not outraged, you're not paying attention.
Some people are paying attention.
Is this live stream?
Yeah. Anything you want to say to everybody out there?
Good to see you. It's kind of hot down here. And buy organic and buy local.
Very good, thank you. This is one of the tourist stops, which is one reason. One reason why this spot is chosen, even though the legislature is not in session. It's a really popular stop for all these tour buses. This one appears to be from, I would guess, Japan.
Down here, that's back.
Let's try and get part of the tourist address here. Yeah, it is from Japan. Japanese language.
Because they don't want to know. They think everything is okay. They just want to go back to doing their tours, back to watching their TV, back to spinning their 20-inch rims, back to their normal lives.
They like go back get the
scary to deal with, but
the government handouts. That's what they like, the government handouts. That's why they don't fight the hand that feeds them. They're never going to speak up. They don't fight the hand that feeds them.
The GMOs are in Africa. The GMOs are in Asia.
She probably from why not, honestly, but you like the hand that feeds them. Mushroom farm. This government. Mushroom farm.
Hey, we're live on the internet. Anything you want to say to everybody out there?
Stop being mushroom farmed. Learn the information for yourself. All they do is keep us in the dark and feed us shit. Wake up. Wake up.
Wake up. Thank you.
Today, spreading awareness about GMOs, they gotta go our leaf be labeled here in Hawaii.
So
If you're not outraged, you're not paying attention.
So this next session, there will be some initiatives, I guess, to get labeling of GMO foods mandatory, right?
Yes.
That's good. So we should pay attention to that.
Yes.
If you
Prop
need,
37 passed it, California.
oh, did it?
No, we want it.
We want it. When does that go up for a vote? Proposition 37.
I'm not sure.
Very soon, yeah?
Very soon.
Okay, we want something like that here, I guess.
But always, California is always like the kind of like the test subject when it comes to politics for the rest of the country.
Right.
A lot of people say as California does, the rest of us does too.
So I mean, because there is already counties that's actually labeling it. I mean, in California, it's just they're trying to just label it the statewide, and to be the first state to open it up, you know.
And that's a huge state. It's bigger than a lot of countries.
Definitely a lot bigger than Hawaii too.
Where you guys come out from? What brought you out here?
Kaneohe.
Kaneohe, Windward side.
Yeah. Born and raised in Hawaii. My family has lands up in Big Island.
Right.
We'd love to make home up there, spread awareness up there, organic farming. About 100 acres we left in Hawaii or in Oahu.
Wow, is that all?
Yeah, that's it. And
Wow.
that's a higher estimation too, so everything else is good.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think I'm going to go do a walk through. I'm going to go to the Liliuokalani statue. We're going to walk through this shopping mall for legislation. That's what I call it. This is the state legislature. It's here. And this is where lobbyists work. Front, the statue of Father Damien. And Hawaii, we're not that big on statues. I don't want to walk through here because you get an idea of where lobbyists come to work. It's actually a very nice building. It's built around a central open skylit courtyard. These pillars are meant to look like palm trees, and then there's a central mosaic here. It's roped off because it has a lot of little tiles on it. Senate chambers are right over there. The other chamber, House chambers over there. Senators on the second floor, representatives on the third floor, and then the fourth floor is the office of various functionaries. I think the governor must have an office up there. So we've just walked through the building. They're not in session at the moment, so there's nothing going around. You can see the entire building is surrounded by this pool, originally supposed to symbolize, the ocean, and then like these palm trees or stylized palm trees going up, but the water's polluted. The last monarch of Hawaii is on this side, looking into the building. This is Queen Liliuokalani, who was the queen of the nation of Hawaii. Which was a constitutional monarchy when it was overthrown by American businessmen who formed their own government and then devised a way to annex Hawaii to the United States in order to escape the duty on sugar, which allowed them, who owned a lot of sugar plantations, to make a shitload of money, which they did. This statue is used for a lot of ritual meetings and whatnot. The Queen still very much revered by the people, both Native Hawaiian, Kanaka Maoli, and not, and foreign. So I'm walking back through the Capitol. It's not in session at the moment. Toward the hill in the back would be Pu'owaina, I think, Punch Bowl, now the National Cemetery of the Pacific, military, kind of a Arlington of the Pacific. There's a little island out in front of the Capitol, a pedestrian island, and that's perfect for demonstrations because of the traffic that passes through it and the tourist traffic that comes in, as we saw before. And this is where, and we have a bunch of sheriff's office who are assigned actually to guard the Capitol rather than Honolulu police. So this was organized by various groups, GMO Free Hawaii, Deoccupy Honolulu. So here's a tourist bus. Come by very often. We'll follow them in here and we'll see what's going on. It was interesting on the open bus, the bus driver was giving a little lecture on what's going on, but wanted to avoid the subject of the protest completely, which was a protest against Monsanto specifically and GMOs generally. There's a lot of GMO activity here in Hawaii because we're out in the middle of the Pacific. We'll go take a look at the protest island. I don't know why this was made, but it's perfect. I don't think it was made for protesting. These are all state buildings, state Department of Health, state buildings across that a ways. Very many state buildings around here. It's kind of the government area. Where we have the protest. Very good. Oh, ole. No. It is really hot out here, but we've got some dedicated people. There's the sign. Got bullhorn. That's Jake. That is Jake up there. Occupied.
If you're poison, then you know it's hot to have. If you're poison, then you know it. And the GMOs can throw. And if you're poison, then you know it.
Hey, you're live. We're all live. So we have actually, considering it's the middle of a work day in Honolulu, a very diverse group here. We expect this to grow tonight around 7 when we start an encampment at the University of Hawaii for Manoa Santo at the University of Hawaii Manoa campus. And that was Mike Brody. This is the
that's
obligatory.
Me holding the camera.
Yeah. We usually have to take a picture of us taking a picture of each other. Okay, well I'm gonna conserve some battery power here, and hope that you will rejoin us, I think around 3:30 over at Thomas Square. They'll be having, here we go. This is the obligatory shot. The only way I know what I look like is by looking at Michael Brody's page. It's not as much fun as going to the Babes Against Biotech page. They are looking at these signs. A lot of people don't know what GMO is. There's one sign that says GMO. Google it. And the more you know, the better it is. So do some research about GMOs. As I was saying, rejoin us around 3:30, 4 o'clock. We'll be having some lectures or speeches or discussions on GMOs from Thomas Square. the Occupy Honolulu, and then at 6:30 or so, we'll be marching down 2 miles, 2.5 miles at the most, to University of Hawaii, Manoa. Which has gone from their College of Tropical Agriculture and Human Resources has gone from something very useful to local farmers to being close to being bought out by GMO corporations, including Monsanto.
Insecticides and all sorts of funny, awesome things. All these diseases that we are getting nowadays, where do you think it's from? From eating crap. Everything you eat is what your body is made out of. You are what you eat. Your body reproduces every 7 years. Everything you've eaten in between now and then is now what you're made out of. That high fructose corn syrup, that pesticide, all that red dye number 40. Doesn't that just make you feel good? What about that aspartame? And that diet soda? Yes, diet soda. Anything sugar-free, really. There's something funny about aspartame we all should know. It's made from E. coli, genetically modified E. coli. It's their feces from the genetically modified E. coli. And we put it in our drinks as a sweetener. If you look at all diet sodas, it has a warning because it has a chemical in it. Starts with a pH, and I will not even dare to pronounce it, but it says warning. It contains pH, whatever the hell this word is. And then look it up, and it's not good. I've heard aspartame breaks down into two things in your body: formaldehyde and formic acid.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh, I didn't know this. I didn't know.
Yeah, great. And then people might say, oh yes, but I will look young forever. No, you'll be dead forever. Why do formaldehyde preserve a body? Because it kills anything that wants to touch it. So, if you're eating it, it is killing your cells, and you, I guess, will be preserved as a bunch of dead cells. And nothing will be able to touch you.
True enough. Okay, I'm going to sign out for now. Rejoin us at 3:30, 4 o'clock back at Thomas Square for some presentations on GMO.
He looks that way. I'm like,